This is Good Morning Jacksonville. First Coast News on your side.
Hey, right now, GMJ, a year late, but absolutely worth the wait. We've been talking about Tokyo 2020. My goodness, for so long it's become 2021. Look what happened. We have got the opening ceremony happening right after GMJ today.
The point is, it is happening. Better late than never, right?
Absolutely.
All right, folks, and to mark the occasion, we're coming to you live from the BOLLES School, which has produced dozens, more than 60 Olympians over the years, including a couple of current Olympic swimmers that we will be watching closely. And welcome in. You are watching Good Morning Jacksonville on this Friday morning. We call it Friday around here. We are very excited. I'm Keitha Nelson.
It's a special day. Lou Turner here with you at BOLLES, at a pool. You know, we've got 11,000 athletes that are going to be marching into Olympic Stadium in Tokyo. Two of those swam right here, of course, talking about Ryan Murphy, Caleb Dressel, but you mentioned the dozens of others. I mean, it's why we're here. This is an Olympic breeding ground. I mean, they come through these gates and it just, you know, we say, I said earlier, something in the water, but they come in with a skill set and they hone it. And then they send them off, you know, whether it's Olympics or sending them off to college. I mean, some incredible things happening right here. A lot of wonderful things to watch as we go.
So we already know Caleb Dressel, he won 2 Olympic gold medals as a teenager, and now at age 24, he's favored to win as many as 7 more medals in Tokyo. Think about that. You're 24 years old with that many gold Olympic medals under your belt.
Yeah, it's impressive. I was speaking to another swimming analyst a couple weeks ago talking about this guy. Listen, if you say the name Michael Phelps, you're getting up into some, you know, lofty territory, but it may not be, his greatness may not be unattainable, so to speak, when we talk about somebody like Caleb Dressel. And Ryan Murphy, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, the current world record holder in the men's 100-meter backstroke. The guy flies on his back.
All right, quickly, let's take a look at our coverage coming up over the next hour here on Good Morning Jacksonville. Now, one of the brand new Olympic events this year is skateboarding. I sat down with a skateboard Hall of Famer, Peggy Turner, to talk about this. It's such a proud moment for so many people, especially her. She has pretty much devoted her entire life to this sport, so to see it finally make it to the world stage is just a very huge deal. So you'll be hearing from her in just a bit. All
right, let's break down our schedule as we go through the rest of the morning, because of course 6:55 we've got a hard out because Tokyo takes over, and we've got the opening ceremony happening at 6:15. We have got head coach here, Peter Veerhoff, going to show us, just tell us all about the legacy of swimming here at BOLLES.
It is quite a legacy, very impressive, of course, as well. Now, one program here in Jacksonville that can turn just normal, everyday folks into not Olympians, but marathon runners. We know that is happening in Jax.
Yeah, absolutely. So Leah Shields will tell us about that in just a moment. But first, let us get a look at our forecast. You were gorgeous, glowing, perfect. I've got
glowing? I'm humid. It's humid out here, okay? It's muggy.
Ms. Rautenkrantz has a look at our forecast this morning. Hello, Lauren.
I gotta say, the studio this morning, guys, is a nice, comfortable 68 degrees. So come on back and you'll be able to hang out in the cool weather here in the studio, of course. Hey, I was noticing those swimmers lining up along the pool behind Lou and Keitha as well. Gonna get some action in the pool pretty soon, pretty fun. Hey, out in St. Augustine right now, courtesy of Weatherstown, we're taking a look at that sunrise. And we do have first light, a little pop of color already. So First Coast News weather watchers, get your cameras ready. I'll be keeping an eye on that Facebook group. And if you're not a part of it, go ahead and join. We do have those storms offshore, and you can see them very well on this Neptune Beach time lapse. Today, we're going to have those temperatures warm into the lower 90s once again, with a few storms to track by late morning. More on that in a bit, but let's head on over to Katie in the UF Health Traffic Center.
Thank you so much, Lauren. All right, your time right now is 6:03. Watching those roadways here in the UF Health Traffic Center, and things look really nice. We do have one crash, though, reported in St. Johns County, but it's on that ramp from State Road 207. This is the westbound side onto the 95 southbound ramp, and it does look like the ramp is open. You can see a car there is using it. You just want to be careful for that. It looks like possibly a road ranger as well as an officer there on scene. So again, this is 95, the ramp from westbound 207 onto 95 southbound. Just use some caution there in that area, but the ramp does look open. Other than that, around the Jacksonville area, I've not seen any reports of slowdowns or problems. Clay County, you guys looking great as well, and all of your bridges are open and problem-free.
You know, so I'm just here minding my business, and I feel a splash of water on my arm. I'm just like, what is that? Lauren didn't say anything about rain this morning.
Pool
Turn
days.
around. And wow, you have all of these swimmers in the pool right now. We are live at Bowles this morning, folks. For some reason, this is just really getting me amped up for.
Of course. And that's the
Olympics.
dream, right? They're working hard. They've all got dreams they're trying to attain, and this is the pool life. If you're a mama, you're a daddy of a swimmer, you know you're at the pool with your kid at 6 o'clock in the morning when they're little guys, and you've got meets that last until 8, 9 o'clock at night. So it's an all-day affair, and they're working hard. One of those the long-distance events that you'll see in the Olympics, the marathon. There are ways. Maybe you're not going to get to the Olympic level, but maybe you just want to run the Donna, coming up. There are ways you can get from the couch to that level and compete.
And it's happening right here in Jackson. They're going to show you actually how to do this. Leah Shields, she's standing by live, but more on that.
Hey, good morning. I'm here at Burn District Fitness with the Galloway training program. So you talked about getting to the Donna Marathon. Well, they do that in less than a year. They actually just started their new training program. So you got some of the runners here doing a class this morning. This is part of learning how to run long distance. The other part, obviously, hitting the pavement. So how do you get from your couch to actually doing the Donna Marathon? I'm here with the program director, Dennis Haller. So how does the average person get started?
We start with 30 seconds of running and 30 seconds of walking, and we can progress up from there. We take it throughout slow and build up all the way to February to the full marathon.
And you were saying you start 15 minutes and then maybe slowly start increasing it, kind of sneaking it in there, right?
We definitely do. We count by minutes to start off because that way we can trick you into going the distance all the way to February.
That's fantastic. Well, again, these people are training for the Donna. It's going to be amazing come February. A lot of work ahead of them, though. We're talking about strength training coming up on Good Morning Jacksonville. You also hear from Jeff Galloway himself, the Olympian who created this method and this training program. For now, Leah Shields, First Coast News, on your side.
So from marathon, which has been around forever, since like the Greek games, to something that's brand new, skateboarding, Keith.
That's right. Skateboard Hall of Famer Peggy Turner, she has achieved acclaim in the sport. She's about to be 59, by the way. She doesn't mind me mentioning that. But she never had the chance to make it on the Olympic level to that world stage because simply it wasn't available during her time. But now it is, and it's an incredibly proud moment. Check this out.
I love that sound. The wheels on the concrete. I want to skate so bad I can't stand it. It hurts my heart not to skate.
It's a love relatively few people can truly understand.
Look at that. Look.
Just a few weeks shy of her 59th birthday, skateboarding superstar Peggy Turner reminisces, surrounded by a newer generation with pictures from her heyday.
Over 40 years, man. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. And I so wish that I could start over at that age in this time.
Oh yeah, you got that, easy.
At age 8, the possibilities are different for Riston Senna, fearlessly taking on Kona's Snake Run, a glide that could now one day lead to the world stage.
You couldn't go to the Olympics. And buddy, we thought we were going to the Olympics. And we didn't. It never came about. So everybody kind of just kept the amateur status. And if you were entering pro contests, you would take prizes instead of money. Just hoping that the Olympics was gonna, take skateboarding. But it never happened in my childhood.
It's now one of 4 sports making an Olympic debut in Tokyo 2020.
There's been so much talent for so many years, and I never could understand why it took so long. I still don't understand. I haven't got an answer for that. But it's awesome because it deserves to be in there.
Peggy's home skate park was Kona, and she's been skating there from the very beginning when that park first opened.
Often recognized among her peers, those who know the Queen of Kona, on or off her skateboard.
I got a hurt ankle. I got a hurt foot and shoulder right now, so I can't. It sucks when you love something so much.
That love has brought Turner to what was the top of her game, a ceiling now removed. Her life, her love, her passion.
If I can't ride, I'd at least be part of the scene, you know?
You know, this is a very proud moment for people like Peggy Turner to see this finally happen, skateboarding finally in the Olympics, a sport that she loves so dearly. You know, by the way, this is great news. 2024, skateboarding has already been approved for the Paris Games, so we're expecting to see that happen then as well. And all of the action kicks off this Sunday right here on NBC 12.
It's going to be fascinating to watch.
Yes.
It's going to be amazing. Hey, we're live at Bowles with swim practice right now. But before we get into it and before I jump in myself, let's get a look at our headlines and today's news. Katie Jeffries back at the studios. Hello, Katie.
Hey, good morning. So switching gears now, the latest surge of COVID-19 cases has more and more people in the hospital. And is that changing vaccination rates in Northeast Florida? Renata DiGregorio is in our newsroom this morning with more on the answer to that question. Good morning, Renata.
Hey, good morning, Katie. Well, Agape Health is giving vaccines on their Wellness on Wheels buses every day, but they aren't seeing more people every day to come get those vaccines. The CEO says more people are getting tested, actually 10 times as many, but the vaccine is what really matters right now.
Almost all of my family has gotten vaccinated, and my mom sat me down Tuesday and she talked me into it.
Ray Harris is filling out forms to get his vaccine at the JTA bus loop at Gateway Mall. His mom works for UF Health, where Thursday they reported nearly 150 COVID-19 patients. Baptist had more than 250 COVID patients Tuesday. One had been vaccinated. Is this encouraging more people to get the vaccine like Harris?
9 times out of 10, when you come, there is no line.
CEO of Agape Health, Mia Jones, isn't seeing an increase in vaccinations.
Our numbers are dismally low, considering we are there from 9 until 6 every single day of the week.
Health department data shows that teens and 20-somethings are the least vaccinated. They also make up the highest number of cases.
I think in the past I was feeling invincible, but now that I'm seeing it affects young people in my age, it's making me more and more nervous. So I think now is the best time for me.
The Wellness on Wheels buses will be in the JTA bus loop at Gateway Mall from 9 to 6 every day, and you don't need an appointment. Stay with us. We'll be back right after the break.
Hey, welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Jacksonville live from Bowles ahead of the Olympic opening ceremony set to happen at 6:55. Folks, we are less than an hour away. Definitely an exciting time. And we're here with the head coach of the Bowles swim team, Peter Verhoff. Peter, thanks for waking up. Not too early for you though, right?
Not too early, no. We've got groups in the water already, so we're up and moving. So we're used to being up early for our sport and just trying to get our work done. But we're just so happy to have you guys out here.
I'm pretty excited and surprised by this. These kids are doing two-a-days in high school. I did two-a-days in college. I ran track, by the way.
Yeah, a big part of swimming is, we're humans. We're not fish. So if we want to get better at swimming, we've got to spend a little more time in the water. And pretty much any of your Olympians on that team have spent hours and hours and hours, and some are up to 4 or 5 doubles a day and spending time in the water and just depending on what event they swim, what background they have. But time in the water is a pretty critical element to reaching that next level.
Let me break it down, by the way. Two-a-days is when you do practice at least twice a day, right?
Yes. Morning
now,
and afternoon.
When you told me you've been coaching here for 2.5 years,
Yes.
I was nervous for you. This place has produced a lot of Olympians, so I'm thinking the pressure is on, but you're no novice to this. You've coached Olympians in the past.
Yeah, personally, I had some experience. I was an assistant coach in Charlotte. I got a chance to work with a pro group there that produced 2 rounds of Olympians, one for London and one for Rio. So got to work with some of the top names in the sport and the best coach in the sport, and David Marsh there. And I really, I learned a ton from that experience, and it helped me really set up what I want to do later in life, which is, come here and work with some of our high school athletes, but knowing what it takes to reach that level and giving them the tools to get there is really special to me.
Now, Peter, you've been in touch with both Caleb Dressel Jacksonville, as well as Ryan Murphy, you know what it takes, as you said, to become an actual Olympian. I want to talk about that because people don't realize how detailed it is. Let's talk about the notes they take, what goes into this.
Yeah, you know, if you think about what separates out somebody that makes it to the Olympic level in sport, I mean, certainly hard work is absolutely a foundation to all of it, right? And it just goes without saying. And to get, you know, further and further you go in the sport, hard work is kind of the base requirement to get there. And after that, you start, you know, how are you doing that work? You know, how are you recovering from that work? What does your nutrition look like? Your sleep patterns look like? And over a long period of time, we're talking multiple years of this. And then when it turns to actually working in the water, one of the common traits you'll see in almost every Olympian is attention to detail. I mean, when you watch the Olympics on TV, it looks great, right? They look like they're racing. You're cheering on the race. You're trying to get them to the wall faster. But you know, the amount of detail and the technique they have, it just and honing that skill over years and years and years of video review. Caleb was famous for his time here of actually keeping a really thorough journal. I mean, he would hop out of the practice and immediately start writing notes about how he felt or what he was working on or what he would do. I mean, that type of attention to detail and self-learning that he took on to kind of get where he is was a hallmark of what made him who he is. And you look at his starts and his turns and how great they are. Yeah. A lot of that comes from that attention to detail that he started right here at BOLLES.
Dedication and detail. You said it starts all right here, which is why we're here this morning at BOLLES. A very exciting time. We want to check in now with someone who definitely pays attention to the details, Lauren Routencrans. Good morning.
Good morning, Keitha. I am loving all of this coverage out at the BOLLES School this morning, getting us hyped for the Olympics. Hey, today is going to be hot and humid, so lucky you if you're able to jump in the pool, maybe out off the beaches, the Atlantic Ocean, nice and comfortable with those surf temps in the low to mid 80s. Near 100 degrees is how it's going to feel on your skin this afternoon with those dew points well into the 70s. Rumbles of thunder will pop up by late morning, mainly Amelia Island south along the coast of Duval, St. John's, but push inland as we head throughout the afternoon. Hot and hazy this weekend with some wildfire smoke from thousands of miles away, even moving in as early as this evening. Katie, over to you in
Thank you so much, Lauren. Your time right now is 6:19, so we are watching those roadways. Couple quick things to talk about. We did just get a report of a crash over here towards 295 northbound, the on-ramp there from Collins, but no lanes are blocked. Elsewhere along those roadways, still following that crash along State Road 207 at 95. Just be careful, an officer is still on scene there at that ramp. Get ready to get cheesy. It is Friday, so foodies, that means we are taking it on the road to the cheesiest place in town. The Happy Grilled Cheese food truck will have you cheesing in more ways than one. Renata DiGregorio takes us to the Cheddar.
Yo, check this out.
Hey foodies, it's not called the Happy Grilled Cheese for nothing. There's no way you will not be happy when you're biting into all of this. The best way to describe the Happy Grilled Cheese food truck:
super cheesy, ridiculously cheesy. We have continuously cheesy joke contests on a regular basis. Why is a seagull called a seagull? Because if it flew over a bay, it'd be a bagel.
Don't get feta up. It's gonna be a good day. Bring on the cheese. Sprinkled, sliced, and melted, you get it all.
This top one is our buffalo chicken melt. It has blue cheese, jalapenos, chicken. I just drizzled some buffalo sauce and I'm about to drizzle some ranch. And this bottom one is our daddy of the mac. It comes with mac and cheese, pulled pork, sweet barbecue sauce to finish it off. You can't go wrong with a grilled cheese. It makes everyone else happy.
Yup, this place will have you cheesing in more ways than one.
Hey foodies!
The creator of the spot calls himself the Sultan of all things cheesy. Find the Happy Grilled Cheese food truck at locations posted on Facebook and Instagram.
Can't go wrong with cheese.
Also visit the restaurants on Hogan Street and in Mandarin. Till next time, foodies, I'm Renata DiGregorio. First Coast News on your side.
Looks delicious. Well, in just 30 minutes, the opening ceremonies will begin in Tokyo. And in just a couple minutes, we'll be right back out at the BOLLES School with Lou and Keitha. Don't go anywhere.